Hey guys, welcome back to Film Read. The Office is that one sitcom that never fails to give its viewers a good time. From Michael Scott's iconic dialogues to wholesome relationships, the show is full of moments that make us feel good. Such was also the case with its classic pranks. These super thoughtful pranks were a unique twist to the show and another way of making us laugh. While it was difficult to scoop out the best of them, we've been able to do so. Head on in to see The Office Best Pranks. Number 5. Pavlov's Experiment. Bringing science experiments to life is an art not every child possesses, but as it appears, Jim is that gifted student who is able to do so. Under Pavlov's classical conditioning experiment, dogs were treated with food each time a bell rang. The periodic practice of this activity conditioned the dogs to salivate when the bell rang, without even giving them food. Of course, Jim thought it was a good idea to test it out on Dwight. So for this, Jim gave Dwight an Altoid every time he booted his computer and the start tune rang. He continued this activity for weeks without lag, and guess what happened? He was successful. After weeks of giving Altoids to Dwight, he didn't do it one day, and Dwight automatically asked for it. The unconditioned response was triggered by the frequency of the activity. Now that was the ultimate combination of genius and hilarious. Number 4. Asian Jim. This has to be one of the best pranks Jim has ever pulled off on Dwight. Jim took full advantage of Dwight's naivety when he sent an Asian actor friend of his to the office dressed as himself. Of course, knowing Dwight, Jim was aware he would react to it. When Dwight saw him, he immediately called out saying, "You're not Jim. Jim's not Asian." He freaked out at the whole scene and couldn't rest for a second because he knew something weird was up. He tried to make himself believe it was not Jim, but all evidence pointed otherwise, even the family portrait at Pam's desk. This totally spun Dwight's head while we were left rolling on the floor, laughing at him. Very well thought out, Jim. Number 3. Jim impersonates Dwight. Dwight can't stand anything wrong or illegal happening around him, even if it's impersonating someone. In this cold open from the 3rd season of the show, Jim comes to the office dressed exactly as Dwight because he had found the perfect elements to put the ensemble together at a drugstore. The impersonation was super accurate, with the right hairstyle, the color of ensemble, and style of speaking. When Dwight realizes what's going on around him, he goes irate knowing someone was impersonating him. Well, it was all controllable until Jim pulled a figurine out of his briefcase and Dwight totally lost it then. This is when the iconic dialogue, "Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year," took birth. We are sure you know the line by heart because he just gave us laughs unlike any other scene. Number 2. Bathroom Desk. Some days, a new prank awaits Dwight in the shape of an adventure as he walks into the office. This day was one of them. As Dwight walks into the premises, he finds out his desk is missing from the usual spot. Jim acts as if he's unaware of the whereabouts of Dwight's desk, but as he walks to Michael's office to complain, Jim starts giving him hints. He continues to give him hints, saying warm and warmer as Dwight reaches close to the desk. It is then Dwight finds out that his desk is in the bathroom. His desk phone is ringing, and guess what? It's Jim on the outside asking about a price of one of their products. The scene was beyond comical and gave us a good laugh. Number 1. Future Dwight. When Jim moves to the Stanford branch of Dunder Mifflin, he lacks the fun in his life because he doesn't have Dwight with him to prank him. Well, he tried to get himself covered by bringing along a box of Dwight's stationery. So from time to time, he sent Dwight faxes from himself from the future. This one morning, Dwight receives a fax under his name saying at 8 a.m., someone poisons the coffee. Do not drink the coffee. More instructions will follow. Cordially, Future Dwight. And as we know, Dwight took it seriously. He was definitely going to do something if he received a message from himself from the future. As Dwight finishes reading the fax, he comes across Stanley holding a coffee mug with coffee in it. Dwight quickly runs towards him and throws the mug away from his hands, saying, "You'll thank me later." Oh, poor Dwight. Little does he know. Are you glad you don't have a Jim in your life yet? Well, you'd be glad if you were a Dwight. Besides all the humor and wholesomeness the show gave to its fans, it also gave them a whole bunch of ideas to prank their friends. The show's creators undoubtedly put together a masterpiece in terms of humor and with pranks. They went far and beyond. We are glad that they did this because these were a source of intense laughter too for all of us. Anyways, be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.